Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Friday, June 3, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Colorado Rockies vs Atlanta Braves. Our team pick is Colorado for the win. And here is why. Atlanta might be coming off a World Series title, but the Braves have not been above the .500 mark since getting off to a 2-1 start. They have not been in good form, losing 4 of their 7 games heading into Thursday night's game. Atlanta dropped the first 2 games of its series in Arizona before picking up a 6-0 win on Wednesday to salvage the series. The Braves are amid a 7-game road trip that will wrap up with Sunday's game. They rank second in the National League East, trailing New York by 10.5 games in the standings. Their offense is number 16 in the MLB with a team batting average of .237. Colorado got off to a strong start this season, going 16-11 through its first 27 games. The Rockies proceeded to lose 8 of their next 9 games and have not been able to recover since then. They have not won consecutive games since beating Washington twice during the first week of May. Colorado did pick up a series win over Miami earlier this week, though, pulling within 4 games of .500. The Rockies are in last place in the NL West, trailing Los Angeles by 10 games. They have the second best batting average in baseball though, hitting at a .265 clip. I am not rushing to the window to bet either of these teams, as they are both coming off disappointing stretches of baseball. However, I think there is some value on Colorado as a rather long home underdog on Friday night. Sure, Fried continues to go deep in his outings, but he has not been bulletproof this season. Cole has 6 quality starts and 9 overall appearances, posting a 3.56 ERA along the way. Given he has to pitch in the most hitter-friendly ballpark in baseball, those are outstanding numbers. He is backed up by one of the best defenses in the majors, making the Rockies an attractive betting option at this price. Our total pick is over 11. And here is why. I think we're in for a classic Coors Field game tonight in Denver. Cole has been serviceable for the Rockies this season, but he's far from untouchable. The right-hander sees his ERA inflate to 4.41 at home and was touched up for 5 earned runs at home last time out. I think the Braves will be able to get to him tonight and score a decent amount of runs. The Rockies also own the league's worst bullpen in terms of ERA at 5.20. They're also 29th in bullpen whip at 1.48, so if the Braves are unable to score on Cole, they'll have plenty of opportunities against the relievers. Take the over tonight in Colorado. Oakland Athletics vs Boston Red Sox. Our team pick is Boston minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. After a blistering pace over 20 games, the Red Sox offense cooled a bit over their last 7 games against 2 last-place teams, the Baltimore Orioles and Cincinnati Reds. Boston dropped 3 out of 5 games to the Orioles over the weekend at Fenway and followed that up with a split against the Reds. After scoring just 1 run in 2 straight losses, the Red Sox bounced back on Wednesday night with a 7-1 win over the Reds. Right fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. went 2 for 4 with 4 RBI, including a 3-run triple in the 7th inning to break open a close game. Starter Garrett Whitlock went 6 innings and allowed just 1 unearned run, while throwing just 70 pitches and picking up his 2nd win of the season. Boston is now 24-27 heading to the West Coast. The Oakland A's continue their 10-game homestand and hope to turn things around against the Red Sox. The A's have lost 3 straight games and 6 out of the 7 games on the homestand thus far. They are averaging just over 3 runs per game in the 7-game stretch, including just 6 runs total in the 3 straight losses to Al West leading Houston. On Wednesday night, the A's were swept away by the Astros in a 5-4 loss in a game of ebbs and flows. Through the first 6 innings, the A's were no-hit by Astros ace Justin Verlander. They then exploded for 3 runs in the 7th, highlighted by a 2-run home run by Christian Bethancourt to give the A's a 3-1 lead through 7 innings. The A's bullpen couldn't hold it, however, and coughed up 4 runs in the 9th inning. The Red Sox travel across the country to take on the struggling A's. The day off prior to the series opener will do the Red Sox well after playing 7 games in 6 days in a 3-4 homestand. The Red Sox bats returned to prominence in the last game, dropping 7 runs on the Reds. They are hitting nearly .300 as a team over the past 20 games and face an Oakland team that has the 20th ranked team ERA in baseball. Eovaldi has been outstanding in his last 2 starts after getting roughed up by Houston on May 17. The extra day off will give Eovaldi a full 5 days of rest heading into this game. With Caprillian's inability to get deep into games, the Red Sox offense will get a good look at Oakland's bullpen with the 17th best ERA in baseball. Our total pick is. After an improbable run to the Alps a season ago, expectations were high coming into the 2022 campaign. Up to this point, things have not gone according to plan as Boston ranks among the more disappointing teams in the league. At already 11.5 games back of the first-place Yankees, the Red Sox need to kick it in gear soon. Boston's offense has ramped up their production over the past month and now ranks 6th in all of MLB, averaging roughly 4.8 runs per game. Boston owns the 3rd best team batting average at .258 and they rank 6th with a .732 ops. Rafael Devers leads the club with 11 home runs, while Trevor Story has contributed 37 RBIs. After a fire sale in the offseason that saw big names such as Matt Olson, Starling Marte, and Mark Canha head for the exits, there were some legitimate concerns coming into the season about this team's capabilities at the dish. Those concerns have been legitimized over the first 2 months of the season as the A's rank near the bottom in virtually every offensive statistic. Oakland ranks 29th, averaging less than 3.5 runs per game and is hitting a lowly .212 as a team, 30th, with an ops of .606, 30th. Chad Pinder leads the way with 5 home runs, while Seth Brown tops the club with 23 RBIs. This matchup features a tale of 2 very different offenses. Boston ranks among the top-tier lineups in the league, while the A's have arguably the worst offense in the sport, ranking 29th in runs scored and 30th in team batting and ops. Look for Eovaldi to resume his ace-like status on Friday night and stifle the light-hitting A's, keeping the combined run total down. While Boston has the capability to cover this number by themselves, they have been scuffling just a bit this past week, scoring 3 runs or less in 3 of their last 5. Expect a decent showing for the Red Sox offense and next to nothing from the A's. Los Angeles Dodgers vs New York Mets. Our team pick is New York Mets to win. And here is why. The New York Mets moved up to the top spot in the National League thanks to a strong form of 6 wins in a row, their longest winning streak of the season. The Mets swept both the Philadelphia Phillies and Washington Nationals to improve to a 35-17 record and now will be looking to stay at the top following this series against the Dodgers. Tomas Nido had a game of his career with a 4/4 performance. He registered 3 RBI on 4 hits, 3 singles and a double, and led the Mets to a 5-0 victory. Carlos Carrasco, who pitched in front of his father in the stands for the first time, improved to a 6-1 record after letting no runs on 4 hits with 5 K and 5 BB. Seth Lugo, Adam Ottavino, and Edwin Diaz made sure to conclude the game late on. Chris Bassett, 4-2, will start for the 11th time this season as he takes on the Dodgers batters on Friday. The 33-year-old right-handed pitcher carries a decent 3.66 ERA and 1.17 WHIP with 60 strikeouts and 19 walks in 59.0 innings of work. Bassett struggled in his first and only start against the Dodgers last season. He allowed 4 runs, 2 homers, on 9 hits with 4 K and 1 BB over 6.0 innings. The Los Angeles Dodgers were swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates in a 3-game home series and lost the leading spot in the NL because of a surprisingly inefficient offense. The Dodgers scored 5, 3, and 4 runs, respectively, in those 3 duels, which is a disappointing display from the most efficient offense in baseball. Although they recorded 12 hits opposite Pittsburgh's 9, the Los Angeles Dodgers lost 8-4 to the Pirates as they scored only 2 runs in the opening 8 innings. It was too late in the 9th when the hosts added 2 more. The Pirates already had a comfortable lead, and Mookie Betts' 2-run homer didn't change much. Mitch White, 1-1, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits with 7 K and 2 BB in 5.0 innings. Anderson has been dominant so far in the season, but I think his excellent start will come to an end on Friday. He is facing the batters who scored at least 5 runs in each of the last 6 games, and it's going to be very hard to keep his ERA to below 3.00 after this one. The Mets are batting well against southpaws, .243, and are scoring 4.82 per 9 innings. It's not a good time for Anderson to take on the Mets, especially considering the Dodgers' offensive woes in the series against the Pirates. That's why I am giving an advantage to the visitors in this one. The Mets' offense is better at the moment. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. The total for Game 1 of this series went under, and I am leaning towards that pick in this game as well. In 4 of the last 5 games between these teams in La La Land, the under has been the winning pick. Anderson has been lights out as of late, as he has not given up any runs in his last 2 starts. He has been solid all season, and in only one of 9 starts this season, gave up more than 2 runs. Look for him to pitch well again facing a Mets lineup that was shut out in the first game of this series. Bassett is coming off a good start, and he was not sharp in his previous 2 starts. His last one on the road was the worst of the season, giving up 8 runs. However, he will pitch pretty good in this game facing an LA lineup that has the bats, but is slumped as of late. I see more runs being scored in this game than the last one, but it will still be a low-scoring affair, which is why the under is the pick. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.